So how the class works is, once you guys enroll, there will be a WhatsApp group that would be created. Okay, so once you guys enroll, the WhatsApp group will be created, and you guys can interact with me on all the updates, notes, links, everything I'll share in the WhatsApp group. So that's our own communication channel that will help us to talk to each other at any point in time during the duration of the class. Okay,
right.
so that is set up.
Don't have any contact after the class.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can connect with me always, man. So you guys say when you're working, some doubts are there, or you want to reaffirm that your thinking is right or something, just ping me. The only thing is on the weekends I would be a little late in replying. On the weekdays I will reply quickly, because I'll be a little away from the technology after second half of my day, so that I can come back on Monday. Yeah. Okay. So let me first tell about this class. Um, this class labs will be provided by me. Okay, completely whatever labs that you need, like the VM, whatever you see in the setup now, I'll provided by me. You can either use Windows 7 or Windows 10 to do the class. It's up to your choice. I'm using Windows 7 because it just takes up less RAM from my machine, and it's quite faster for me to do an activity. You can do the same set of activity without any changes in the Windows 10 as well. So no problem in that. The next thing is the class will be completely practical. I will try to talk about production scenarios here. Okay. And I'll also tell you each and every concept in a virtual manner. So in visualization, I will show you. So basically you want to see a specific active setup. So how it works, why it works, when it works, what all scenarios you have to use. Okay, I will tell about those kind of things in the class. So the class will be for about 15 hours to 19 hours. It depends on the number of people in the class. If there is less people, the hours will become less, because handling or the questions will be lesser. Other than that, once I finish the class, I will send you guys the recordings. Okay, so after the class is over, you will be given a recording, and you can download that particular recording and keep it with yourself for future reference as well. Okay, this is how the class works. Now, what do we cover in the class? Okay, there are specific set of syllabus. So let me first show you the syllabus. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me share it through my document. So this is the syllabus that I will be covering. So first is I'm going to talk about install Shield Admin Studio, how to use install Shield for packaging, how to use install right. Okay, what is MSI architecture, how to play with the MSI architecture. Okay, what are the list of tables that you have to understand or remember. Okay, MSI tables. Then how to create transforms. So while creating transform, what are the methods are there? Why do we use that methods? What is the best way to create a transform? Okay, and I'll show you some tricks. Most of the things, for each of the things, I'll show you some tricks to do it easily. Okay. Then I'll show you active setup and self-healing. Okay. Then I'll show you about Windows installers and properties and registry. I'll talk about in depth about registries because some of the interview questions come through the registries, and you should be able to handle those questions as well. And I'll also show you the tricks with the registries that we play during the production. Okay. Then what are services, how to play with the services. Then the only theory part is this file versioning. Okay, because we will be overriding this, but this will only help you when you are trying to troubleshoot something, because this is a pretty old concept that we have, but you should know this for troubleshooting purpose. So that's why I've included this. Okay. Other than that, then I'll also cover Microsoft AppFi, because you don't know the project you might get into might have AppFi as well. So I'll show you how to do AppFi packages, and out of all these, the most important is scripting. So after doing all the changes, you should know how to automate your stuff. You should know how to automate your deployments. Okay, how to add the configurations in your script. I will show you all those things. It's a pretty much concepts. All the concepts that you need to work on the floor is covered. Okay, clear, guys? So let me give a simple. Let me take up a simple package, and let me show you how we do the technical review. Okay, basically how we'll assess a package. Okay, so let me take a simple package, like say, let me take an Adobe Reader. So here, okay, let me take up this package, Adobe Reader. Okay, now if you see, this is an exe. So let me put a folder. Inside this is an exe. So how do I know it's an exe? By the extensions. So now what should I do? Now if it's an exe, should I directly install this application? Should I silently, or should I convert this into an MSI? So there are best practices. If this particular application, if this is having an MSI inside it, now the question is, Kishore, what is this MSI? You might be asking. MSI is a pretty old technology. It's about 25 years old. It was introduced in Windows 95, and they slowly made it stronger. So where is this technology in my computer? So if you go to services, so here, if you go to Windows installer, this technology is in C, Windows System 32, MSI, EXE. Now the whole point here is, this technology is responsible for your application to install, application to uninstall, application to repair. If something goes wrong with your app, this is a technology that helps you to repair it as well. Okay, we are going to, and this comes with every operating system of Windows, and we're going to leverage this technology to install an application, uninstall an application basically in every part of our repackaging concepts. So let me do one thing. Let me go ahead and disable this technology. Let me disable this. If I disable this, if you observe, let me go to my desktop. So if you see here, I have this app, right? I've disabled the Windows installer technology. If I run this, now what's it doing? It's extracting the installation file. So you will have to start observing things at the granular level, okay? So it's extracting the installation files. And I have disabled my Windows installer service. Okay, that means our Windows installer technology will not run. See, the Windows installer service could not be accessed. This can occur if the Windows installer is not correctly installed. Contact your support personnel for assistance. Just because I disabled this, my application did not install. Let me go and enable it now. I'm not going to even start it. I've just enabled it. I'm not going to start it also. Okay. Now let me go ahead and reinstall it. See, it is still again extracting it. And right now this is startup type is set to automatic. That means I've basically enabled my Windows installer service. See, it initiated. Now I'll be able to install this application. Right now, if you guys observed, I had disabled the Windows installer. Then here I'm trying to, when I try to run it, it did not install. That means this exe has an MSI inside of that. Now, what is this MSI? So all of your applications, when it comes in the MSI format, okay, which is nothing but a database which will have list of files and folders, okay, and it will tell in which sequence that particular file and folder has to run. Okay, it will tell you in which sequence the file and folder has to run. Now, to make it very simple, okay, let me take up this MSI application and let me install this. Now I'm going to install this package. See this observation, what is installing patching files? You have to observe all these things, okay? In the installation, the eye for detail is very, very important. I'll also tell you how to do it. And when you have a problem, your solution is right in front of you when it comes to packaging. All that is, I'll tell you where to see, how to see it as well, okay, in the duration of the class. Now, if you see this particular application is getting installed, so you can see your Adobe Reader is the shortcuts started coming up. How to handle shortcuts, how to delete shortcuts, how to add shortcuts, everything will be taught in the class. Okay, so now to confirm if it is properly installed after the installation is complete, it is removing the backup files, it will become finish. So once you click on finish, your installation is complete. So if you launch the shortcut here, your Adobe Reader opens. This is a simple installation, right? But I spoke about so many things during the installation. Okay, this is just to understand if the application is installing fine or not, your source is installing fine or not. Now you'll have a requirement through SCCM, you're doing some deployment or you want to do some deployments for your end user environment. Now you want to install this application silently. Let me take one more example of a 7-zip application. Let me take a 7-zip application. You see the extension, it is MSI. Okay. Now, if I double click on this next will basically install my 7-zip application. What if I want to install this application without any user interface? I don't want the user to have any disturbance at all. So imagine you have 10,000 machines in your environment. Now a help desk guy wants to go to these 10,000 machines, and if he has to install, it is going to take forever, right? And you cannot do a unified management. So what we do, we use a tool called SCCM or IBM BigFix or LANDesk or VMware Workspace ONE, any tool. Okay, but out of if you learn any of these tools, but one thing common is packaging. Okay, learning the MSI technology. Now I want to install this application silently. Okay, without any user interaction or with a limited user interaction. User can to see it, but he should not be able to stop it. So what I will do, let me open up my command prompt. Right click, run as administrator. Let me copy this. Look at this. msiexec.exe/i, paste this, /qb. QB is for me to see the installation. At the same time, I want to see if the installation is successful or not. I need a log file /l*v /c:/temp/install.log. Now I have not created a temp folder in C temp, so let me go ahead and create one folder called temp. Now this is created. Now if you observe, instead of clicking on next, okay, now this is, I'm not going to install, this is the command, I'm not going to install using this. I'm going to come back, install it manually first and show you the difference. Okay, I'm not going to use this. I'm going to install manually, like next, install. Guys who have joined, please provide your numbers in the chat. Let me click on finish. Now if I go to my ARP, okay, add or remove programs, you have your 7-zip application that is present. Now in the production environment, if user is able to uninstall this app like this, then what is the whole purpose of doing packaging? Users should not have control over the applications other than using it. Other than using it, users should not have control over the app. Now what I will do, I'm going to install the same application by removing that uninstall button. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to come here. I'm going to give ARP no modify is equal to 1. ARP no remove equal to 1. User should be only able to repair if something goes wrong. So ARP no modify is equal to 1. ARP no remove is equal to 1. I'm going to talk in detail about these properties. There's a separate class dedicated to that. Okay. So if I click on install now, observe this. Okay, I just made a spelling mistake. Enter. See, it's installing with a log file. I put ARP no modify, ARP no remove. So you should not get the uninstall button and the change button here. Application is installing without any user interface with just one click. If you come here, it says installation completed successfully. Now, if you come here, if I refresh, only repair button is there. Uninstall button, change button is not there. Got it, guys? Guys?
Yeah, got it.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, like this is what I'm showing you is a very simple stuff. Okay. Yeah. In the packaging class, you will be learning whatever topics I showed you practically with scenario based. Okay. And what we'll do for the people who joined newly, right? Once you guys enroll to the class, we will have a WhatsApp group through which I'll be sharing materials, lab locations, basically the download locations of all the installers. You have to download and I'll show you how to set up the lab. Okay, and you have to follow that. And recording will be shared after every class is done.
Thank you from my side.
Thank you so much. Yeah. If there's no questions or something, like, shall we close the demo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.